Welcome. Today you're going to find out about co-ops and internships for spring 2022 and the process to apply and register to earn credit. This is a 35-minute presentation, so if you can't listen to the entire presentation now, it will be recorded and on Career Services YouTube channel, or you can see it in a PowerPoint on Handshake Resources. I'm Sally Richards, the Senior Co-op Intern Program Manager in Career Services, and our office is in the Student Union, Suite 313. Next. What is a co-op or internship? It's an on-site practical work experience that's relevant to your degree in an industry or business environment where you're working with and learning from professionals in the field. You're being mentored and supervised by them. What's the difference between the two? A co-op is a multiple semester work term, either consecutive or rotating. That's rotating between a semester of work and school, but only some companies offer co-ops. An internship is a one-semester work term. Positions are on site during the spring. Next. The question is, what are the benefits of doing a co-op? Next. You can gain real-world experience. It's industry experience, practical use for the theory that you've been learning in your academics. You get to use what you've learned. You can meet the career readiness competencies. You're acquiring skills and gaining understanding of how to stand out in the job market. You develop skills that the workplace demands. You can network. You make contacts. You can meet all levels of employees at a corporation. Maybe you can even ask for a recommendation letter from your manager. You can explore different positions within your field of interest. You can find out whether you like it or whether you don't like a culture or a position, say an airline versus a manufacturing facility. You can increase your chances of making a higher salary. That's approximately $9,000 above an annual salary for an entry-level student if you have already gotten an internship. You can save money on tuition because you're only paying for one credit plus your fees. And when you come back from the co-op or internship, we see that your self-confidence definitely increases because you've been working with professionals. Next. These are the eligibility requirements to earn academic credit. Any student can apply, but must meet the minimums to earn the credit. Undergraduate students must have completed 30 college or university credit hours and a 2.5 CGPA. That does not include AP credits. Graduate students must have completed 9 credit hours and have a 3.0 CGPA. Transfer students must have completed 30 college or university credit hours and have at least 12 credits, which is a 1 full-time semester at Embry-Riddle. International students must complete 1 academic year, that's a fall and a spring term, before curricular practical training work authorization will be issued. All students must be in good academic standing and degree seeking. Next. How do you get started? Activate your Handshake account, and that login is through ERAU. Follow the co-op to-do list that's on Handshake Resources. It's like a checklist. Review this co-op presentation or read the handout that's on Handshake Resources. You then meet virtually or in person with the program manager in Career Services for a mandatory advising session, and you sign a student agreement if you intend to earn credit for your co-op or internship. If you don't sign that agreement, that will mean you're ineligible to register for co-op or internship credit. The student agreement is located on Handshake resources. You can make an appointment on Handshake with your program manager, or you can contact our front office in order to make an appointment. Next. You're required to have a mandatory advising session if you want to earn the academic credit for your co-op or internship. You can review the co-op presentation or handout, or watch this video again on our YouTube channel. Schedule the mandatory advising before you leave campus. What we'll do there is verify your eligibility based on CGPA and credit hours on your transcript, verify that you understand the student agreement, we'll answer any of your questions, and we'll review your resume and cover letter if you request. Next. What is a student agreement? It's a commitment to follow the ethical and co-op process responsibilities and regulations. It clarifies ethical issues of applying, interviewing, and accepting positions. The student agrees to adhere to the ERAU honor code. Some of those values in the honor code are maintaining integrity, honesty, and trust. You sign a student agreement to participate in the co-op intern program, and you'll be able to upload this to the experience request approval in order to earn credit. Be sure to sign it. Next. What is the application process? There's two ways to apply. The first is through Handshake, which is a single sign-on through ERNI. Handshake is our career management system. You apply to positions if you meet the requirements, and you adhere to the listed deadlines and instructions. Some instructions might say that you should go to the company website and apply as well. The second way is through a self-created co-op or internship. That means you locate the position. The position must be relevant to your major and must be approved by the faculty co-op advisor in your major. You need to be proactive in identifying self-created positions. You'll need to do some research, but your program manager can guide you. The career readiness competency you can meet is career preparation. You navigate job options and you're pursuing job opportunities. Remember, we do have two mobile apps for Handshake. One is through Apple and the other is an Android. Next. Where do you find opportunities? Well, you search in Handshake. There's typically over 2,000 postings. It's used by many schools and employers. You apply via company websites. You can network with your connections. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your family's friends, talk to your friend's family, talk to your faculty. You can participate in any student professional organizations, whether it's online or on campus. Go to campus events, do research, attend company information sessions, whether online or in person. You can read prior final internship papers, and that's through Handshake resources. You can utilize career services resources and services online. We have open positions that are listed in another database called Career Shift. We have InnerStride, which is something our international students think is wonderful. And you can go to LinkedIn. Any of the databases that you find on the internet are fine if you're looking for an opportunity. Next. What about application paperwork? Application documents must be submitted to individual positions posted on Handshake by the due dates listed. Apply to self-created anytime during the term before. All required documents, including your resume, must be uploaded to Handshake and approved in order for you to submit your resume and application paperwork to Handshake positions. You submit requested documents, and some of those documents requested for certain majors could be your driver's license, a pilot certificate, or your medical. Don't wait until the deadline to apply, because some companies do shut off their application acceptance before the date that they say. Next. Okay, some companies are going to ask you for an application. You want to make sure to answer all questions honestly and accurately. A couple of places that you want to really pay attention to are violations and GPA. If you have a GPA of a 2.98, That is your correct GPA. It is not a 3.0. This is the only place where you don't round up with numbers. Next. After you apply, you're going to wait patiently. If you're selected for an interview, the process may be virtual, could be by phone, Skype, Teams, or maybe even at the company site. Remember, if you're driving or if you're in class, it's okay to return calls. Many of the interviews will be during October and November. And the career readiness competency for this that you can meet is communication. You're articulating ideas in applications, resumes, and interviews. Next. How do you increase your odds of getting a co-op or internship? Next. Treat all interactions with a potential employer seriously, such as virtual recruiting, conferences, or career fairs. Apply to as many companies as you're interested in via handshake and self-created opportunities. Practice your interview skills and arrange for a mock interview. A mock interview is actually just a practice interview. You can watch career spots through handshake or big interview to get interview prep. Have a professional email address and outgoing voice message. Your name if possible, no slang, but warn your roommates that you could be getting some calls. Print a copy of the position description when you apply so you can reference it before an interview. Be sure to use keywords in your resume or your application based on the position description. Next. But the reality is, unfortunately, an application does not guarantee a co-op or internship. Not all companies notify students that they've even received an application. Companies do make all the hiring decisions. It is an equal playing field. Positions are subject to budget allowances, number of positions available, number of applicants pursuing the position. But sometimes positions are advertised, but they're not filled. Many companies who recruit from Embry-Riddle also recruit from other schools. It's a very competitive process, and all companies are looking for the best students. So think about these. What makes you stand out? What qualities make you a good fit for this position? And do you have special skills that you can show that would help the employer decide they want to talk to you? Okay, now we're going to see a video of some former interns and the companies they were at and the things they got to do. Next. Okay, now what do you do after you accept an offer and you had your mandatory advising and you signed a student agreement? You can begin your workflow process. See co-op or internship program information page that's located in Handshake Resources. Read the co-op internship program to-do list and guidelines. Students going to submit a request via Handshake, Career Center experiences, and request an experience. The student will be required to answer the following: responses to experience request questions, required forms. Okay, and we want you to gather those forms before you start the workflow, because they will have to be included, and there's information in those that you will have to provide in the survey that you're going to have to answer questions about. A signed co-op or internship student agreement form, an offer letter, which needs to include the start and end dates and the number of hours that you'll be working. And if you don't have that information in the offer letter, you can send the form, the job description or job description verification form, which is also in Handshake Resources. You'll need the approver email addresses, and this is also included in the resources page. And those approvers would be the supervisor or company contact, the faculty co-op advisor, the career services program manager, and the email list for those co-op intern program managers is listed in that co-op intern program information attachments. You'll be notified by your program manager in career services of your final experience approval. Listen to or view the online contract signing presentation. It's different than what we're doing today after you're selected. You're required to sign a co-op contract to register your co-op or internship with career services before the term of your experience begins in order to earn the academic credit. We will get you registered. Credit will be reduced if the contract is completed after that date. The contract identifies your credit and is different form than the student agreement. There is no backdating of co-op intern credit. It's not permitted after the co-op or intern semester. All these steps are in the co-op to-do checklist. So you want to make sure that that's part of your reading. Next. Let's talk about course credit. Only open elective credit is earned for a co-op or internship work term. You complete the internship requirements by the due date each term. You're required to write a final report, get a supervisor's evaluation, and any additional assignments required by your faculty co-op advisor. And that would be due 1 week prior to the end of classes in that term that you're doing the internship. Right now, that would be the end of April for the spring 22 term, or immediately if the work term finishes after that date or another date assigned by your department. You can earn a pass, a fail, or possibly an incomplete grade. A pass does not help you in your GPA, but a fail definitely hurts you. You must work 15 weeks, 600 hours during spring semester to earn full credit. Next. Okay, let's talk about the course credit details. Undergraduate students earn 1 open elective credit for every 100 hours of work completed. That's a 15-week semester in the spring. That means 600 hours because it's 40 hours a week, and you earn a maximum of 6 credits. Graduate students, however, earn 1 credit hour elective for every 200 hours of work completed. Again, it's a 15-week semester in the spring. That's 40 hours a week, equals 600 total hours. They earn 3 credit hours. Next. Okay, what are some other credit considerations for undergrad students? A co-op or intern upper level open elective credit may be converted to technical elective with approval of a faculty co-op advisor. Now that is not a guarantee. So you earn open elective, it's a possibility to convert that to tech or specified elective. That may be substituted, converted in some degree programs, but it's primarily engineering and computing majors. That will be determined by faculty co-op advisor after the co-op or internship is completed and a passing grade in the internship has been assigned. The student must request course substitution on their own to their faculty co-op advisor after earning the passing grade. AE and ME have specific requirements as prerequisites before they do the co-op or internship. AE requires AE 201, and AE also requires the ES course sequence. ME requires ES 202 and 204 be complete before you do an internship for credit that you hope to convert to tech elective. The conversion from upper level open elective to tech elective is a 2-to-1 ratio. That means you earn 6 open elective credits for the term that converts to 3 credits of technical elective. ME, however, requires ES 201 to be complete before they can do an internship in order to fulfill the professional development requirement. You can see the faculty co-op advisor in ME for specific questions. International AEME students must meet AEME course requirements above before they can do an internship. US students may still do the internship to maintain their student status, but they don't earn credit towards their curriculum. Next. You may be able to take academic classes along with your co-op or internship. Undergrad students registered for full-time academics may take a part-time co-op internship up to 3 credits. You must get an approval if it's over 16 credits, but it is not allowed to exceed 18 credits. Undergrad students registered for full-time co-op or internship may take 2 online or DB academic classes simultaneously. International students may only take 1, and that must be authorized by ISSS. Register through Daytona Beach. The tuition's at the Daytona Beach rates. Graduate students and international students registered for full-time internship may only take 1 academic class simultaneously, but want to make sure that you can accomplish both the academic class and the full-time internship if that's the case. Next. What are additional policies? Co-op or internship must be completed before graduation. It is possible to delay graduation to participate in a co-op or internship, but that's only applicable to US students, and that's because of US immigration regulations. Next. What is the cost of a co-op or internship? Now, this is for academic year 21-22. The co-op tuition equals the cost of 1 credit, and for this academic year, it's $1,563. Plus, you have applicable mandatory and program fees. And that's for all students who are taking academic classes. They all are paying that extra program fee. There's an additional $112 fee for international students. Students, again, may receive up to 6 credits for undergrad and 3 credits for grad, but they're only paying for 1 credit hour plus fees. You can see those fees under the Student Financial Services page on ERNI, but again, you are paying those fees every semester you're taking classes and earning credit. Next. What are the additional costs to consider? Housing is your responsibility unless the company provides it. Housing resources can be from past interns, company references, company employees, online resources. Your program manager may be able to assist you with some previous interns. Your travel transportation costs could be additional, and incidentals like food. Next. We know Embry-Riddle students can be very resourceful. We don't want you scrambling for a roof over your head. Talk to Career Services, or one of your program managers can assist you. Next. What are some other considerations? Well, financial aid for one, it will be decreased since you'll only be paying for 1 credit hour plus your fees. You do have to be at least part-time in order to get financial aid. You have veterans aid that could be a consideration, your health insurance, your auto insurance if you're on your parents' policy, And you can get a verification of enrollment from records to show that you're doing a full-time co-op, which suffices for most insurance companies. Embry-Riddle housing contracts could be another consideration if you already have a contract. Participation in online classes must be approved by the dean of your college. Contact Yvonne Terry in records. There's no financial holds on student accounts which allow you to register. If you have a financial hold on your account, you will not be able to register for the co-op or internship. And you cannot be dual enrolled at another institution while you're enrolled for academic credit for a co-op or internship. You do have full-time university status as long as you're taking a full-time internship. You can use your internship preparing and during to meet your Eagle Elevate competencies. Next. Okay, international students have a few other hoops to go through. You have to complete the curricular practical training online verification with ISSS to determine whether you've completed one academic year, and that has to be a fall and a spring. And that's as a full-time F1 student before you can participate in co-op or internship. You then verify your eligibility with career services before you accept a co-op or internship. You schedule a mandatory advising and sign a student agreement with career services, and then you start the workflow for approvals. You must sign a co-op contract with career services to maintain full-time student status and to get your work authorization. Again, you have to fall and spring. You must be full-time to get the CPT authorization. Once the contract is signed and the internship is registered, you complete the request online and upload all required documents, including co-op contract, which is signed by career services through the ISSS online software TDS for review by a DSO. Complete the next ISS steps for completing the CPT request online, including an online workshop, quiz, questionnaire, signature document, and learning content, and uploading required documents. Follow that link to the International Student Services page so you make sure that you've included everything. Next. You're expected to maintain ethical and professional standards at all times. The simple definition of ethics is knowing what's right and wrong and doing what's right. Why does this matter? Because we want companies to have a good impression of ERAU students. A company's impression of Riddle students and the entire university community is based on the impression you leave. Any negative issues could jeopardize the university's relationship and your own relationship with the company and industry. Conduct yourself professionally. We want you to have a good experience, but we also want other students to have future opportunities. You want to leave a good impression for you and the university. Next. We expect you to be professional and maintain good moral conduct. Companies do some investigating when they're recruiting. So be sure to clean up your social media, your privacy settings. 80 to 90% of HR and recruiters search social media online. Be sure your digital footprint reflects a professional image of who you are. Next. What are your ethical responsibilities? Be truthful in all statements, documents, and applications. Like I said, violations, traffic violations, your GPA. You may not interview or accept a position with another company if you've accepted a position, whether it's verbal or written, for that term. If you accept a co-op or internship, you cannot back out on your commitment for a better position. That's called renege, and that leaves a company without an intern. We won't write a contract for you for your second choice to earn credit for that particular term. Good ethical conduct requires that you fulfill your commitments, including completion of all rotations. The aviation industry is relatively small. This could leave a bad impression on you and the university if you reneged on a position. Next. Lying on your resume will definitely be a reason for dismissal, whether it's intended or not. Next. How do you show professionalism? Be prepared at all times. Any interactions with potential employers via company info sessions, phone calls, and email affect your co-op internship search. No slang, no abbreviation, no emojis. Be courteous and polite. Ensure you follow all etiquette rules and have an appropriate outgoing voicemail. Answer calls professionally. Show employers you can make a transition from student to professional. Professionalism is expected at all times. The career readiness competency you can meet for this is professionalism. You're exhibiting effective work habits, punctuality, productivity, personal accountability, time management, integrity, and ethical behavior. Next. Okay, you want to make this your motto. I always follow the rules. Next. Okay, and become familiar with Eagle Elevate. These are the competencies and the career readiness competencies that you can meet some of these while you're doing a co-op or an internship. Next. Okay, the Career Services offers many services and resources for you. Go ahead and you can read through these, and we offer appointments. Like I said, contact us at the front desk or virtual appointments. We want to make sure that you do know about our different opportunities that we have. Next. These are important dates for you to know too. We have a virtual industry career expo coming up on Wednesday, October the 6th, and we have an in-person industry career expo coming up on Tuesday, October the 12th. Registration is now open for the virtual fair through Handshake under fairs. Next. Okay, and this just explains to you how to access Handshake if you're not already on Handshake. Next. Stay connected to career services, these different ways that are listed here. And remember that program managers for each degree are listed in career services on the website or in Handshake under the co-op intern program information. Good luck to you as you search for opportunities. Next.